Hey, I'm Joel. It's Wednesday. It's the worst day of the week, so it's time to go for a run and it's time to post a new video. I'm up here on Devil's Punch Bowl in Surrey, which is a beautiful place made famous by being the home of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes. Interesting fact for you. I'm going to run 3 miles and you're coming with me. Let's go. So today I'm running with Jackie Fields. Hello Jackie.
Hello.
Very nice to meet you. Thanks for coming out with me, keeping me company.
Pleasure.
So this used to be the old A3, right?
Yeah, straight down there, and then the traffic lights were just down there, so it's where everyone would queue.
I've spent ages queuing on this piece of road in my life. It's much nicer to run on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we were introduced by a mutual friend of ours, Jane Newnham, who's a genius level therapist and physiotherapist. We call her the thumbs of death in our house, but she's amazing.
Yeah, my husband's too scared to go back.
Really?
Yeah, he's a wimp.
I know lots of people like that actually. Grown men that quiver at the thought of coming under Jane's.
No, it hurts.
Right. Okay. Thank you, you got it. Cheers. Oh, Dot's coming running with us. Got a stick, excellent. Now, tell me about your relationship with running, because I understand you're pretty useful, is what Jane told me.
Useful.
Yeah, you do triathlon and ultras and...
Okay, so my running actually started when my kids were really young. So I was probably a bit postnatal depressed.
Right.
Itching to go and do stuff, but couldn't do it because you'd have got all the kids in tow. But I joined the local club. So my husband started then either working from home or getting back early enough so I could join the running club.
And you'd never run prior to that?
Not really, just sort of, I think I did a half marathon my final year at uni.
Right. But just very casual stuff, presumably.
Yeah, no, that was it, so never raced or anything like that.
Was fitness important to you though? Like, did you go to the gym or?
No, God no.
Really?
No, I'm either outdoors or not at all. Basically, I can't do the gym. It's too boring.
But before you started running, were you had some relationship? Did you cycle or was it this just?
Well, this is the thing. I'd cycle to school. I would do the odd bit on my bike with my own dogs as a teenager. Go straight on. But I'd never really. No, not sort of like the exercise stuff I have to do now. And so I joined them and got straight into their cross country because that gave me an excuse to go and do something on the weekends for me.
So you're competing?
Yeah. So I went straight into that, loved it. And then...
what sort of distances?
So they can be anything from 3 to 5 miles.
Right.
But loved that. And I started tracking everything. And then by the following year, you're sort of doing a loop, aren't you, of...
Speaking of tracking everything, I need to turn my watch on.
But it doesn't count otherwise.
No, exactly.
You didn't go out. And so then you see how much you prove. So there's it's called the Southern Cross country. It used to be Today's Runner, and so when I first started running, I would be something like, I think I was either 30, 40, something like that.
Right.
The following year, coming in, 10th.
That's amazing.
And then I think about by the 3rd season, I got my first.
Really?
Yeah, which sort of out of everything, because that was, if you've got a benchmark, you're like, I never ever thought, I'd be able to do something like that. But,
no, I've never would.
But one thing, go off up that way. But one thing I've learned over the years, and definitely since doing Ironman and stuff, is it's all, and then round to the left, just follow Dot. She probably
Come on,
knows.
Dot. Lead the way.
And it's mental. A lot of stuff, it's all mental.
Yeah.
And how much you want something. And so I've got to the point now where I'm not bothered by a time anymore. So I've sort of, that determination has sort of gone. But, you know, because you're on to new things, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they originally would say, you know, would you do a marathon? Oh, no. Wouldn't do a marathon. You know, a couple of years later, oh yeah, I'll do a marathon. And then also, would you do a triathlon? No, because I can't swim. Well, I can swim, but, you know, not what I would call swimming.
Yeah.
You know, couldn't front crawl properly. And, but then I did like a team one. And I said, well, look, I'll either do the bike or the run part. So I did that, loved that. Did it again the following year, but on a road bike rather than my mountain bike. And then...
And that was a full Olympic distance?
No, this was still little local list.
Right.
Sprint, I suppose it might be.
Right.
And then one of my partners in crime, Sally, she was like, oh, let's do another team one, but you have to do every single one. So as a team, you know,
right.
Each one has to swim, each one bikes, each one.
And do you get a cumulative time for all of you at the end?
I can't remember actually. My focus was so just like, right, I've got to learn how to swim.
Yeah. That's what put me off triathlons as much for me.
But it's amazing, you know, those first lengths that I did. So that's all down in Hazelmere through there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you've got Hazelmere, and then the last horizontal bit is South Downs.
Oh, I see.
So there'll be all the South Downs way.
And that's Baskervilles Hill in the distance.
Yes.
Down towards where I live.
Yeah.
Oh, that's directly south.
Yeah.
Right. Very lovely.
And you know, I don't remember doing that first length. I was more out of breath than I ever would be, you know, when you're running. But, you know, new challenge. So we did that. And then we were like, right, we went and did Hever Castle triathlon. So open water in the pond there. And to me, Sally and Izzy, we all did really quite well. I think it was something like 7th and then we went and had a go at doing the qualifiers to do GB. Right, really? And we all qualified. That's amazing. And then went off to New Zealand. And then I suppose Sally's the instigator. She'd be like, I want to do an Ironman before I'm 50. Oh, good for her. So I go, well, I'll do that with you. I sort of decided quite a few years ago that my answer to things is yes. Hence, that's a great attitude. Hence, when you texted, yes, I'll come out. Fabulous. Well, thank you. And I think it's a brilliant attitude. Yeah. I'm increasingly favouring that style of living. Oh, it's amazing. You get up to so much stuff that you wouldn't necessarily either normally do. Yeah. And so this is the Gibbet. Wow, that's... And London's over there somewhere. Yes, so yes. Oh, dead ahead of us. Straight ahead. Wow, you can see London from there. Incredible. Yeah. Wow. So I don't know if the camera gets any of that. But so that's the thing for where they used to do all the hanging. So the hanging went on up here? Yes. And where the sailor was murdered. So it's a bit narrow here. Jeez. Sailor was murdered. Yeah. I'm just reading a book at the moment by a guy called Jesse Itzler. Yes. Who, I don't know if you know of him, but he's the guy that had a Navy SEAL come and live with him for a month. Oh, okay. Just for the experience. Right. And he talks about building a life resume. Not a resume of, you know, commercial, professional achievements, but just experiences, things that you've done that you wouldn't ordinarily do. And I think it's really
a valuable way of going about your life, trying to accumulate
Yes.
as many experiences as
It's
possible.
a story, and I want to fill my chapters
Yeah,
with as many adventures, friendships as possible.
yeah. I think
And
that's
you
great.
know, and so when you do as big a thing as like an Ironman, which I always said, well, I swore about it, don't be so effing ridiculous, there's no way I'll do that. With a marathon at the end, you'd have to be bonkers. So
Yeah.
7 later, 10 or 5.
7?
5, maybe it's 5 maybe.
Wow,
Hold
that's
on.
pretty amazing.
But we did qualify for to Kona, so we did the World Championships.
In Kona, that
Yes.
must have been a hell of an experience.
The holiday was amazing. The race was the boringest race I've ever done in my life.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Well, I love trails more than anything,
Yeah.
but even the ride was just literally, it was literally out to that pinnacle
Right.
bit and then back all through just like lava fields. So just nothing interesting. And then on that bit when you're on the way back, go down here. The winds are really, really strong. You know, sort of one there and then suddenly you're 2 meters across the road.
Jeez, yes.
Yeah.
That
So
sounds
that's
hairy.
a bit like, yeah, you're like, oh, I don't like that. And but the holiday was amazing. We went swimming with dolphins every morning, and which was just incredible. So
Well, I personally feel that running, and
Yes.
obviously I've got this daily running thing going on, so
Yes.
it's my penance, it's my my fee for living the kind of active life that I want to live. I've got to go
Yes.
running every day,
yes,
and then I can enjoy my time
yeah,
swimming or fooling with the kids or
yep,
doing whatever.
yeah.
What was it like to represent GB? That must have been quite a thing.
Well, I think it's that first time. Well, I'm doing it again next month,
Oh yeah.
but I'm doing cross tries now, which I
What-
prefer cross tries, so it's all mountain biking and off road.
Oh wow, that sounds
You
great.
know, it's all off road.
And wild swimming.
Yeah, and it's just not all about pumping out the power. There's a bit of technical skill on your bike, and just a bit. I just find it a bit more fun. And well, I suppose it's like everything. You're just trying something new. And
You ever tried swim run?
no, me and Jane want to. I know Jane's really keen to.
Good
so
friend
I'm
of
up
mine
for
is
it.
Christopher Sundberg. He started a swim run sportswear company that makes suits specifically for swim run.
Really?
and he
Because
spon-
I must admit, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, how are you going to do that? Because you'd have to what? Take your suit off every time.
Yeah. Well, I'll get you a suit.
And then
And he's sponsoring the Utilo series this year.
oh, where's that?
Well, the one in the nearest one to us is the Sillies, but they're all over. The World
Right.
Championships are in the archipelago in Sweden. I went and followed them last year. It was
Yes.
quite an experience.
Yes.
75 miles of running, 75k of running,
Yes.
15k of swimming.
Oh wow.
Beautiful though, incredible.
Yes. But that's the thing, you know, when they take you places, because we sort of go, where are we going to go on holiday? Oh, I don't know. Where are we going to go?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. There's this race I want to do,
Yeah.
and then that's where we go.
Now, is your husband supportive of your running?
Yeah. No, he's good. I mean, they're all bored of it now. They don't come and support or anything like that, which is fair enough because it's pretty dull.
So is running your main thing? Because am I right in thinking your husband has a cycle company?
No, that's Sally.
Sally's husband.
So Sally, she has the cycle company.
Yeah, gotcha.
That's Cycle Works.
Right, but you do something with bikes, right?
Yeah. So I do now. So I started 2 years ago, MTB for fitness.
Right.
So that's getting people out riding on the mountain bikes, basically giving them, you know, technical advice, coaching as we go.
Cool.
But they're only just over an hour long. I have 4 classes a week.
Right.
But
How many join the class?
so it varies. I've got, you know, between 8 and 10 on a Friday, because I can really only take about 8. But Mondays 6.
And you go from the...
For Tuesday we do night rides on Tuesday nights,
Wow.
and which is great fun. And then Saturday mornings. But because a mountain bike stuff, they do like a beginner's day thing.
Right.
You know, so you go off, they give you all this tip of how to cycle, and then off you go, and you're like, okay, where do I now cycle?
Yeah, and who do I cycle with?
If you don't know the routes.
Yeah.
So we go up to the left. And so my aim is, so not only is it just about fitness, but it's that getting people together and showing people. So this was the old A3.
Oh, right.
So
many a time I've been parked right here.
yeah. And then
my wife was interested in meeting you just because she likes the idea of a guided mountain bike.
yeah, well, she's more than welcome. So if
Do you go from the...
I go all over. So I can start Punchbowl, Hankley, Thursley, Bramshot, Lynchmere, Camelsdale. So basically all just in and around
Yeah.
Hazelmere.
Lovely.
And how they all join up. So each week I try and jigsaw from the previous week or something at some point. But everyone's normally either too chatty and they just like to follow, that they don't have to, you know, they've been working all week. Or,
Yeah. Which is your most popular on the Saturday morning?
Friday morning.
Yeah.
The Saturday one, like a lot of people said, oh, can I come Saturday? So I opened up a class. But then when it comes to it, we're all taxiing.
Yeah.
So I start it at 8. So we're then done by 9:15. So you've still got the Saturday to do, you know, family taxiing and everything.
Nice idea.
Yeah, so from here, you'll be able to look out, you see.
It's a lovely place. I've never run here.
Oh, it's amazing. And it's good for the hills if you want to do some nice. We're going to go off left here. So I'll let you go in front. It's a single track.
Go on. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, so that's the bottom. And then you can see, so we're going to go, if you hold on a minute, we're going to go down. We're going to carry on down, and then we're going to come up that other ridge.
Nice.
And not my car sort of part where the telephone thing is.
Okay.
And then you carry on up and the cafe's just there.
Super. Lovely. Well, I can't think of very many better things to be doing
Go.
on a Wednesday morning.
Yeah. So what work do you do then?
I work in the video game industry,
Okay.
and I'm an agent. I represent the commercial needs of the developers that make video games.
Right.
So I'm sure you've seen people in movies pitching movies to movie studios. I'm the guy that pitches video games to video game publishers. My clients are all over the world,
Right.
which gives me a good opportunity to travel
Yes.
and to run in interesting places.
Yep.
And I've met some lovely people.
Yeah. Well, do you smell all the coconut then?
Yeah, what's that
That's
about?
the gorse.
Is
The
it?
yellow, yeah. Yeah, so when it's in flower, as soon as it's that little bit warmer, you can actually smell it. Yeah, because that's, with my mountain biking, that's where I'm also wanting to do it. So I'm getting people to come along to some of the races or duathlons
Right.
on the mountain bike. And then wanting to do holidays.
Right.
So I'm taking a group in September to Exmoor.
Uh-huh.
So that's my next sort of plot. But I'm also doing Le Jog in July.
What's that?
Land's End John O'Groats.
No way.
So, but I'm doing that with a company. So I'm being paid to, you know, chaperone people and help, you know, get them from Land's End to John O'Groats.
That's an incredible ride.
So.
And is that all off-road or mostly on-road?
No, so well, this is the thing. So
This is road bike or
this is
mountain
road biking. That's why I'm suddenly upping my road bike
Right.
malarkey in the last week or so.
Understandable.
And but the guy that I was hoping to sort of partner up with is morning. Hello, he's fine. Hello, darling. So you should be able to see the gap in all the trees.
Oh yeah.
So that's where we started from the
cool.
cafe.
What a fabulous place.
Yeah, oh, it's stunning. And so he was saying, so hopefully we'll partner up because he's already got the roadside things going.
Right.
So it's all very, just, you know, the talk side of thing at the beginning of doing the mountain bike side off-road tours. And he was saying that they're trying to, I can't remember who, but actually map out it all off-road.
That would be incredible. Exactly. I'd rather do that.
Yeah. So I'm just like, oh, if we could do that, that would be incredible, because you could then do it in stages. So people can come along and do the whole thing. Yeah. Or drop in at certain points. But that, it would just be breathtaking. Wouldn't it? You know, because I know they try and do the road ones on, you know, the quieter roads, but you're still on the road, you still have the cars, and so to do it off-road.
How many are there going to be? And you're doing the whole thing?
19. There's going to be 19 altogether.
And you're doing, and how many of those are guides like you?
There's one other, but he's in the van. Oh. So
you're the only one cycling the whole thing?
I'm doing the cycle, that's because I haven't done it before. Uh-huh. So the guy, you know, he said, well, you know, you haven't done it, you can do the whole thing. The other guy, he would have done 2 by then, so he'll be happy to drive, you know, all the, you know, suitcases and stuff. Right. So
how long is it going to take?
So this one's over 15 days, 2 weeks. So it's more of a nicer sort of casual, not like good holiday, rather than morning. Nearly at the top.
And have you got your places to stay every night mapped out? You know where you're going to be?
Yeah, so he's done all of that. I'm just coming in and cycling basically, and then look after the people and make sure they have a nice time. So it's sort of what I'm doing already. Yeah. So it will be good, you know, just sort of.
Not many people can say they've done that. That is pretty extraordinary.
So it's quite exciting. So, you know, when people say if you love your job, you get paid. You don't feel like you're working.
Yeah, that's right.
That's basically how it feels. It's something I really love, and I want people to love it too.
So is your heart on the bike or on running, do you think?
At the moment, it's on the bike, but I love the running, you know. But
now you seem like a pretty natural athlete. How old are your kids? So when did you start actually running?
So how old are they? They're now 11 and 13. Right. So I would have been, I think my youngest would have been sort of 10 months to maybe 1, so the last 10 years.
So running has changed your life, kind of.
Yeah, it gave you that, and I think like anything, which probably what a load of people have said to you, it gives you the escape, gives something for yourself, gives you something to aim for, you meet new people.
And don't you think that if you've done a run in the morning, the rest of the day can only be easier than that, right? Yeah. Not necessarily more pleasurable, but you've conquered the day. You own the day.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, so even if I'm running, I've still then got 2 dog walks either side. Normally a cycle in there as well, and normally a swim. So wow. I'll always, since the Ironman, I'll always double train on something, 2 of the 3.
That's incredible.
So,
I should introduce you to a friend of mine who lives up at St Edward's Hospital or whatever it's called, on top of the hill above, between here and Midhurst. He's a keen GB triathlete. Right. He's done a bunch of Ironman. Yes. If you look at the channel, my running channel, there's a guy called Shane Antill. Right. He and I ran together for doing this a couple of months ago. He's an interesting guy, but he's similarly motivated. Yeah. He'd be interested to get to know you because he's not from round here, he's only just moved to the area.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah. No, so
lovely guy.
It's all good. But I did with the runners. So I did London to Brighton. So I've done that. I ran it first. Really? And then a few years later, then I did it on the mountain bike.
You ran it on the day of the cycle?
No.
Or did you just run it?
No, just ran it with, who was it for?
How far is it?
It might have been 60, well, it's about 100k.
Wow.
I think it was something like 62, 63 miles.
I've done the cycle, I was pretty knackered at the end, as I remember.
Yeah, so I did that with Izzy. She was like, oh, she wanted to do it. I said, well, I'll come and join you, as I do. I'll do that. Yeah. And And so that's that. And then 2 years ago did Comrades.
Where's that?
South Africa.
Wow.
But a lot of people, they say to do sort of, hello you, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Very well, you're enjoying your run.
Good.
Hello Harry.
Yes, yeah, well it's been all downhill. So.
Exactly. We've done
We're
that.
going up now.
So we're going up as well.
Oh.
So enjoy the up.
Yeah, we'll all enjoy that.
Yeah, exactly. See you puffed at the top. See you later, my lovely. Morning.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't you think that runners are just nicer people?
Yeah, just
I
everyone.
rarely have I ever met somebody who runs
Yes,
and is an arsehole.
and if they are, you're like, well, they're obviously having a very bad day.
Yeah. Well, they're not a real runner. They're just pretending.
Yeah, or they're just starting, poor sods. But yeah, so the Comrades, I think that was about 50, maybe 50 something, I can't remember now. See, I just get to the point I just sort of forget now. And but that was a road one. And so this bit goes steep and then we zigzag up there, so
That's the trouble with holding a camera, you can't pump your arm.
I know. I would offer, but I'm not.
Very wise.
So
Amazing place to live.
oh, I love it. And the thing is, because my husband's Australian, and so we get quite often quite a lot of comments of, well, why aren't you back in Australia? And it's like, well, have you seen where we live? You know, there's footpaths, bridleways galore.
This is right on your doorstep.
Yeah, and you don't have that sort of network of paths over there. They just don't exist.
Really?
Not like how this is, how we live here. Pause.
You can keep talking even if I can.
Get my breath back. My poor little pins.
So how many miles do you run a week, do you think?
Oh, at the moment, not much. My pelvis is all out, so I'm sort of seeing Jane. So I'm trying to keep the running to a small amount. So if I'm lucky, I might get 15 miles out a week. So I'm just doing mostly everything on the bike, but it's because I haven't got anything in the diary
Right.
for running. And if anything it is, you know, it's only like this triathlon in April in Spain. I think that's only 5 miles at the end, you know. So I don't need to be putting all the running in.
No.
So of course I don't have to. I don't need to. And because of the jog, it's all about the biking now, really.
So how important is competition to you?
Well, see, this is the thing. It started because people now think I'm a really competitive person, but I'm not. It all started with what's the best I can do. And that was my driving force, not to win, not to anything like that. And then you train with people and you're about, they'd get a bit faster. And then you're like, well, if they can do that, I can do that. Which inspires you to do more.
Yeah.
Push yourself a bit more. So that is what it's all been about. And if anything, had to learn on the race to be a bit more competitive, to drive myself a bit more when I may not necessarily want to.
Right.
But as I was saying earlier, you go round to the left. I'm sort of at the moment just feeling like I want to break.
Yeah.
But then I had a duathlon a couple of Saturdays ago. And I was like, oh, but still came second. or first
Overall?
in my age, second lady.
Wow.
But they're not huge. They're not huge numbers either, admittedly. So, but I'm sort of wanting to take. I think my mind. I haven't got the headspace for it at the moment because I'm wanting for my business. That's my new baby.
This is a mountain bike.
Yeah, with the holidays and so therefore, just because I've got 3 businesses. I do B&B, I do the dog walking.
Wow.
And of course there's kids, husband, house. So I think at the moment my head's not so fussed, or I don't need it so much is probably it as well.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it when I'm there. I just don't want the pressure of it, the lead up.
How do your kids feel about mummy running?
Oh no, they're really good. Well,
Boys or girls?
2 boys.
Right.
So for them, you know, I don't think anyone would ever think their parents are cool, but I know, you know, lots of the friends, or when they were at primary school, you know, they think it's good, but I think it's also from you know, that woman movement of it all, I suppose, is quite good as well for boys to see.
Yeah.
You know, and just for an Ironman, just what that entails. It's not for the faint-hearted, but
Indeed.
But what I say to people is, you know, after doing that, is you can train for anything. Doesn't, you know, anybody can do anything. You just got to train for it and have the mindset. So, although you may be physically fit, if your mindset's not right, you won't do it.
I can completely agree.
You know, and you'll give up. You'll talk. That one on your shoulder that goes, oh, this is too hard. I'll just stop. It hurts. You know, you just end up listening to that too much. So even on my training, you know, I try to do mental ones. So with the Ironman, because I hate doing loops, and the end bit is, you know, 4 or so loops at the end. You know, getting your coloured band, and and you'll always go past the finish. So when I'd be training and do my long ride, and then I'd have to come in and jump on in with my trainers and then go for a run, I would make myself run past my house. So I could go off and do certain miles, but I'd then run past my house.
Good discipline.
And I have to run past it and carry on, because the temptation to give up and go, oh, that'll do, is so strong. So there'll be things like that. And, or, you know, when I do a long run, I live at the top of the hill. You know, so I've done 18 miles, 16 miles or whatever. That last mile up the hill, I have to push it, I have to run, make myself run fast.
Sure.
Or as fast as I think it feels fast. It probably isn't because your legs are knackered. But it mentally pushes you, you know, so, and I did that on Monday, so did a long road ride Sunday, which I haven't done for a while.
How long's long?
It's 4 miles. And then Monday, so I had my mountain bike class, and then I'm like, right, I'm going to go do, and I lie to myself, I say, I'll do maybe 4 to 5, but really I'm going, you've got to do 6.
Good.
So I tell myself lies. So the bite size of starting feels nicer, And then you just go a little bit more. And then there's one bit, I was like, right, Jackie, you have to push it harder, this last bit, because you haven't done anything for a while. Because this race in April, this GB one, you know, we go straight there to the left, that my legs will be tired, and that's when I will have to push myself, and which I haven't done for a while. I've just been taking clients out, just running along with friends, and so I was like, right, I just need to mentally train and the speed will come. But that's how I do it. So even when I've done a marathon, I've never ran over 30 miles in a week, ever.
Really?
Yep. So, and my fastest time now was 3:12, and that was only off, you know, peak 30 miles. But remember, I'm cycling in between as well, though, and walking dogs. So although I say I've only ran, say, 30 miles that week, I've probably walked dogs 6 miles in a day, every day.
Yeah.
And cycled. And and even when I did London to Brighton, my IT ban went the weeks leading up, which should have been, you know, the big long runs. And I only ever went up to 28 miles, and leading up to it I was doing 5, 6 or 10, and then did 60. But you so this is where I parked.
Okay.
You've got to be smarter with the long ones, and we said when we see a hill we're walking, so I just park there. So you see a hill, we walk, so the run becomes a flatten down.
Yeah, that's much the best way.
Yeah. Dotty. So I'm just here. How many miles? I didn't press start. It didn't count.
I think it was about
Oh no.
4. I got 3.57 from where I...
Oh no, I did. Hold on, let's see. Let me go back. I don't know, let's see. No, I pressed.
There you go.
I didn't restart it.
Oh, oops.
So you know how you said, oh, you didn't press start? What are you on?
I've got 3.57 miles.
Oh, there you go.
And you've got...
Nothing.
We got 0.43.
0.43.
So
I
to
did
combine
0.3.
is exactly 4 miles.
Yes.
There you go.
No, hold on. You'll have 4 miles, won't you?
I've got 3.57 plus your 0.43.
Yeah, so you'll have a 4 mile run.
Before, yeah, that's...
So you
straight
literally...
up, or to the left.
Well, what do I'll start you on that bit.
That's right, that's right. Let's
And
just
then-
wind it up here.
Yeah, just go to left. Oh, how annoying. Didn't exist.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no,
I
pleasure.
really appreciate you coming. And tell me about your website, your mountain bike website.
Oh, MTB for Fitness.
MTB for Fitness. And it's
.com.
on Fridays, Saturdays, Tuesdays.
So Monday morning,
Yeah.
Tuesday night,
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday morning.
All right, cool.
So
Well, my wife will be joining you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The tall blonde Canadian.
yes.
You'll get to know her. But if anybody else wants it, that sounds like a
Yeah.
really good thing
So
to
my
do.
Fridays is pretty full at the moment, but there's Mondays free, Tuesday nights, and where the clocks go back,
Right.
she could just borrow my lights for
Right.
the next couple of weeks if she wanted
Oh,
to do
that'd be cool.
evenings, because it'll only be the last half an hour.
Sure.
But we, you know, so it's been all pitch black recently, and then the Saturday mornings at 8.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the run. Take it easy, Dot.
She
doesn't
has.
Like she's done,
She's
4
done
miles.
20 miles with me.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, she
and
looks
it was
fitter than we
just,
do.
yeah, just
Not
easy.
even out of breath.
But she's got 4 legs, we've only got 2.
Thank you so much, Jackie. I
Pleasure.
really appreciate it.
Pleasure.